open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having no sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
They're both bisexual. They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Bashir Gray left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed the help.
So, it seems like these wild freaky parties are becoming the norm, right? First it was Diddy, and now they're saying even Will Smith's getting in on the action, hosting some of the craziest explicit bashes around. Rumor has it these parties are so off the wall that even hardcore rappers are thinking twice about showing up. What exactly goes down at these shindigs? First, let's talk about Bryshir Gray. Bryshir Gray, aka Yaz the Greatest, has had one heck of a roller coaster ride, going from making big bucks to landing in jail not once but twice. You probably recognize him as an actor and rapper from the States, but lately he's been making headlines not just for his talent, but also for his ties to Will Smith. But is Will feeling any regret about that whole situation?
Artists in the world have done some of the best work of their career. Yeah. And the idea that they might be denied because of me.
Gray alleges that his career took a downturn after encountering Will Smith, which isn't entirely surprising, given Smith's reputation with both men and women. Rumors suggesting a romantic connection between them have circulated, potentially contributing to Gray's professional decline, with Will and Jada Pinkett Smith openly discussing their relationship dynamics, including being open to emotional connections regardless of gender. Gray becoming one of Will's romantic interests wouldn't be groundbreaking news.
And Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way, first out the limo, so Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business.
The speculation arises, could the reluctance of Chris to pursue legal action against Will Smith be linked to Smith's alleged influential backers? Many speculate that Smith wields considerable power in Hollywood, potentially stemming from undisclosed activities. Persistent rumors have circulated for some time, suggesting that Smith engaged in rituals for gaining power, including involvement in homo-s activities. Such claims have been echoed by individuals like Jaguar Wright, further fueling speculation about Smith's connections and influence in the industry.
They're both bisexual. They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship.
Perhaps if it were solely Jaguar Wright making the claim, we could dismiss it as just one of many allegations. However, the opening clip reveals that even someone as intimately connected to Will Smith as his former assistant and friend Bilal has stepped forward with additional damning details.
And then I saw that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
It's possible that Jada's decision to distance herself from Will Smith could be related to these revelations. In case you haven't heard, Jada Pinkett Smith recently opened up about the challenges in her marriage to Will Smith. In a preview for an NBC News and Today show special tied to her upcoming memoir Worthy, the Set It Off star disclosed that she and Will Smith have been living separately since 2016, even though they continue to present a united front during public appearances.
From the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now.
Yes.
Y'all have been...
Speculation surrounding their relationship began to escalate in 2016, particularly after a notable incident during the Oscars. That year, Chris Rock famously included Jada Pinkett Smith in his monologue, revealing that she had asked him to step down as host because her husband Will Smith hadn't been nominated for Best Actor for his role in Concussion.
Jada's mad her man, Will, was not nominated for Concussion. I get it. Tell the truth, I get it. You get mad? She said it's not fair.
Both Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith chose to boycott the ceremony along with many other prominent figures in Hollywood in response to the perceived lack of diversity in the nominations, which had sparked the viral hashtag #OscarsSoWhite. However, Rock discarded Jada's request and, while hosting the Oscars, made a joke at her expense. But Jada had something else to tell. Jada made it clear that the 2016 Oscars incident was resolved through a mutual apology during a phone call. According to her, she later realized the immense pressure Chris Rock must have been under. She was, quote, not really recognizing the level of pressure Chris might have been under at the time. I probably should have called him and gone, hey, are you okay? And just know that although I'm speaking about the Oscars, I do wish you the best and I just want you to know that. Me taking the time to have called him and said that just to touch base, but his feelings might have been hurt. Pinkett Smith said that after the 2016 Oscars joke, Rock apologized and I apologized to him as well, so I actually thought that we were good, that the hatchet was buried between us and we hadn't talked since then until 2022 came. Pinkett Pinkett Smith claimed she also received an apology from Rock after the 22 Oscars altercation.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Now, this attracted the public's attention that immediately after slapping one can issue an apology also. The people have been speculating that this is all because of the power Will Smith holds. One person on the internet wrote, quote, "If this didn't happen, I wouldn't even know about the Oscars today." Well, his control is not only limited to the industry, but on his wife too. After their initial rift, Jada and Chris talked it out during the call, and Jada believed the matter was settled. Yet following the 2016 Oscars incident, rumors about Jada and Will Smith's potential divorce began circulating. In an unexpected turn of events, Chris Rock reportedly asked Jada out on a date. She shared this revelation with people, believing that the situation had been resolved at that point. She described how every summer reports would circulate about her and Will Smith getting a divorce. She said, quote, "Every summer all the reports would come out that me and Will were getting a divorce. However, in that same year, Jada and Will were not residing together." And this revelation has recently come to light as Jada herself has openly discussed it, fueling the growing speculation that she and Chris were involved in something during that period.
In 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was
In a revealing interview, Jada Pinkett Smith disclosed that she and her husband Will Smith have been leading, quote, "entirely separate lives since 2016. This power couple, who married in '97, have previously acknowledged their periods of separation and marital challenges, but never in such candid terms. While not legally divorced, Pinkett Smith explained to Hoda in a video snippet released on Today that their situation essentially mirrors a divorce in every aspect except the paperwork. Hoda remarked, quote, "It was not a divorce on paper, but it was a divorce," a sentiment Pinkett Smith confirmed. She further revealed that they live separately. Pinkett Smith elaborated on why they never formally announced their separation. Quote, "I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in a partnership right. And in regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out." Now, fans have swiftly jumped to the conclusion that her separation from Will was linked to her close relationship with Chris, given that she apparently resolved the issue with a simple phone call. One person wrote, quote, "Please don't look to others as couples goals. You don't know why they got together. You don't know what they go through. You don't know why they left. Just focus on being healthy and having healthy relationships for yourself." Recent reports have brought forth a different angle, suggesting that their relationship may have been strained by alleged extramarital affairs involving Will with both men and women. Surprising allegations surrounding Will Smith's connections with multiple individuals throughout his career have surfaced, sparking intense interest and discussions. The adage, "where there's smoke, there's fire," comes to mind, indicating that there may be some truth behind the rumors. Will Smith himself has contributed to the intrigue by revealing his desire for escapism from his marriage, adding another layer to the situation.
I was done with your
You kicked me to
I
the
was
curb.
done with you.
The journey began with the release of the timeless comedy drama 6 Degrees of Separation, in which Will Smith delivered a captivating performance as a charming swindler. The film garnered significant attention when reports surfaced that a kissing scene between Smith and his co-star Anthony Michael Hall had been unexpectedly omitted from the final cut. This omission sparked speculation. Was the acclaimed actor deliberately avoiding the kiss to evade potential scrutiny of his own S? These rumors have endured over time, shrouding the truth in mystery.
Hey, Paul, come on, stop that. I was wondering if I could you.
Additionally, in a 2020 interview, Will contradicted his previous statements about not fully immersing himself in the character, asserting that he wholeheartedly embraced the method acting approach for 6 Degrees of Separation.
You train your mind through blocking out Will and only living as the character.
In a recent development, Tisha Campbell has made allegations that Will Smith was involved in extramarital relationships with her former spouse, Dwayne Martin. She shared an image regarding this matter on Instagram. In her post, Tisha highlighted that, quote, "The truth always comes out in the end, regardless of how many lies are told." This prompted one of her followers to reply, "Thank you, even though they lie in the end." Tisha responded to this comment by saying, "And you're right, they will lie till the end. The real kiki is people will stop believing them." Tisha's decision to capitalize Will raised suspicions that she might be indirectly referencing Will and Jada in her post. Many quickly speculated that this could imply an alleged affair between Will and Tisha's former spouse, Dwayne Martin, who also happens to be a close friend of the Gemini Man actor. It seems that Will Smith may have been influenced by the path set by his predecessor, Quincy Jones. For those unfamiliar, Quincy Jones is a multi-talented individual who has collaborated with icons Rumors about his interest in men have circulated for years, and recent developments suggest there might be some truth to those speculations. Chris Rock also talked about this. The majority of his detractors are people who say he is punching down on black women because of his past statements about Meghan Markle and his repeated use of the word B to describe Jada Pinkett Smith. In other parts of his stand-up routine, Rock made some controversial remarks concerning the late Michael Jackson. A clip of him saying, quote, "I'm all for social justice, I'm all for marginalized people getting their rights. The thing I have a problem with is the selective outrage." Selective outrage. You know what I'm talking about. One person does something and gets canceled, and somebody else does the exact same thing. Nothing. It appears that Chris has sparked controversy among Michael Jackson's fans and supporters by allegedly attempting to prove that Michael Jackson was a P-dater, stating that he will never be friends with P-daters. Michael's connection with Quincy and Quincy's alleged involvement in matters related to gender has raised concerns among people, suggesting he may have been part of a larger group. And if you think the revelations end there, think again. There are circulating claims that Jada and Will have been hosting unconventional gatherings at their home involving much younger men. Jaguar Wright even went as far as to disclose sensitive information, suggesting she has witnessed young men leaving their premises in a state of astonishment.
Bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship.
Contrary to the perception of Will Smith simply being a typical father expressing affection by giving his son Jaden Smith a gentle peck on the cheek, their dynamic seems to transcend conventional norms.
Jaden, come on!
Their displays of affection have reached a level that goes beyond the ordinary. On multiple occasions, Will has been observed planting kisses on Jaden's lips. While some may dismiss it as innocent paternal love, others are beginning to raise questioning eyebrows. Speculations have emerged suggesting that these actions might signify more complex undertones beyond just affectionate bonding.
That shit we saw on Red Table Talk, oh, that was G. That was G-rated. That was G-rated shit.
The public reaction to Will Smith's affectionate behavior even prompted discomfort among his fans. Many individuals criticized him for seemingly making his son Jaden uneasy by frequently planting kisses on his lips. Despite the growing scrutiny, Will consistently refuted any insinuations of impropriety, maintaining his denial of any discomfort caused to Jaden by these gestures. On this matter, one person commented, quote, "That's disgusting. No one kisses their kids on the mouth like that, especially when the kids are teenagers. I can't believe people are cheering this kind of behavior." Another person wrote, quote, "This is definitely CA and there's always a negative impact on the child. When adults do certain things, they should try not to just think about themselves alone, but the impact of their actions on their children."
His corny, overbooked was not built to be able to maintain the swag of a Baltimore chick.
That is true.
Adding to the allegations concerning Quincy Jones, the deceased actress Alexis Arquette made a claim that Cherie Zampino, Will Smith's former wife, divorced him after reportedly witnessing Will in a compromising situation with another man. She said, quote, "When Jada comes out and her beard husband admits his first marriage ended when she walked into him, servicing his sugar daddy Benny Medina, then I will listen to them." She later clarified in the comment section, "First wife, paid off silent." Nevertheless, Jada, renowned for her outspoken stance on boycotting the Oscars, chose not to address Alexis's statement at that point. On the contrary, Will refrained from commenting on the accusations, while his first wife, Cherie Zampino, was the one to voice her opinion. She criticized Alexis for her vindictive and hasty comments, asserting that Will is not and has never identified as queer.
Not only is it out of line, it's absolutely not true. And I'm offended and I'm hurt.
Numerous fans found Cherie's response to be somewhat intense initially. Instead of dismissing the accusations as baseless, she took a strong stance, leaving some to speculate whether Alexis's remarks had indeed struck a chord. Moreover, persistent allegations have circulated over the years, suggesting that Jada's S orientation might not be as publicly known, leading to speculation about a concealed queer identity. In this context, the enduring friendship between Will and Dwayne has fueled rumors that they might share a particularly close bond, often referred to as a bromance.
Will, grab. Then he grabs his ass. Will is molesting Carlton on television. Grab again, then the face, then the Me too. Me too.
According to claims put forth by Starr, Will and Dwayne have undertaken a significant number of vacations together. These trips encompass visits to prominent destinations such as Las Vegas and Miami, with rumors even circulating about a private cruise in Trinidad. Throughout these periods, Tisha and Jada reportedly remained at home. Supported by an eyewitness account, it has been recounted that the duo shared a meal at a Caribbean restaurant, where it was apparent that both Will and Dwayne arrived and departed in each other's company. Another source insists that Jada strongly disapproves of Will indulging in extravagant vacations and with Dwayne, leaving her with a sense of being neglected at home.
It's ridiculous, right? And it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a shakedown, a money shakedown that didn't work. We're going to take legal action.
Allegedly, she finds it intolerable to witness their relationship, interpreting it as something deliberately flaunted before her by Will. Recently, there has been widespread speculation that Will and Jada's 14-year marriage is on the brink of dissolution. An insider disclosed to Star magazine that their marital bond has suffered significant damage, and the growing amount of time Will spends with Dwayne exacerbates the strain on his relationship with Jada. Central to Jada's concerns are Dwayne's alleged involvement in certain controversial incidents that have attracted media attention.
I was just like, I didn't know what to do, but I just knew, I was like, I never wanted to be married.
Considering the enduring intimacy between these two individuals, it does give rise to apprehensions about their decision not to openly disclose their orientations, especially in light of the multiple insinuations propagated by individuals both within and outside the realm of social media. As a result, the persistent question remains: will the conjecture regarding Will and Dwayne persist? Adding to the speculation, comedian Bert Kreischer added his voice to the discourse during an interview with Vlad TV. He recounted an episode involving an audition offer from Will's company, which eventually culminated in an uncomfortable interaction with Will personally, further fanning the flames of discussion.
And he liked me. He was like, let's go see a movie. I was like, okay.
Burr also mentioned that Will extended an invitation to watch a movie, but his father cautioned him, suggesting that Will probably had alternate arrangements.
And he was like, oh, buddy. He's trying to
Burt went on to remark that many prominent male figures in Hollywood harbor fantasies about reverting to a younger age. This brings us to Will's suspected associate in these claims, Diddy. Like Will, Diddy has faced persistent allegations regarding his conduct. One aspect of these allegations involves a particular circle in his entourage, where he allegedly introduces his young musicians to unsettling practices with Portuguese origins, a notion that is particularly troubling.
Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
While there hasn't been any direct confirmation about Will Smith's purported engagement with any of these individuals, the persistent conversation surrounding this subject underscore its notable presence within public discourse. This revelation attracted the audience, and one of them said, quote, "People assume that a celebrity wife does not know that her husband is gay and that he is on the DL, but I feel that in most cases the wife knows, is gay herself, which then makes an agreement to enter into a lavender marriage for business reasons. For me, Reynolds Lively, Wade Union, Smith Pinkett, Cruz Holmes, Urban Kidman, Jay-Z, Beyonce, etc., etc." Another one added, "It all makes sense because if their marriage has been done for the past 10-15 years, then him being gay might be a reason why, and she knows she has to protect the bag, so she's definitely not going to say anything during those times, but now she's kind of hinting it because she knows she still wants the bag for the future, so she doesn't want to mess that up. So, like, the whole crazy party scene is seriously messing with artists' priorities. Instead of focusing on their craft, they're all about chasing the next wild bash. It's like they're addicted to the chaos of it all. Don't you think this should make new male actors think twice before diving into that scene?"